Every time I see some Six audio trending on here, which is a decent amount, I think again about how weird the ending of that show is. The premise of Six, for those of us who aren't theater kids, is that the 6 ex-wives of Henry VIII come together to have a singing competition, essentially to discover which one of them suffered the most. It's all pop songs, and each of the queens gets her own, and the first half is great fun. Anne Boleyn, the first of the 2 wives to get beheaded, sings a very humorous song called Don't Lose Your Head, literally, where she sings about how she's not going to lose her head. She totally knows what she's doing, and then she doesn't. Queen number 4 sings about how she's really happy that she got divorced because now she gets to live in her own palace that she owns and have an unprecedented amount of power at court. She really won. She's not trying to win this competition. Even when there's dark humor, it's still a good time. When Henry VIII's 5th queen, the second one to die by beheading, takes the stage, all eyes are on her. She sings what begins as a very peppy, seemingly, song about all of her sexual escapades, which took place all while she was a minor, because she was beheaded at the age of 17. She speaks in innuendo. She acts as if this was all a fun little game, until she begins talking about her marriage to Henry, and then her subsequent relationship with Thomas Culpeper, for which she was beheaded and convicted of adultery. And at that point, all of the staging turns to all of the queens putting their hands on her, while she desperately tries to get rid of them. It's horrifying, it's deeply disturbing, and it's easily the best part of the show. The audience goes crazy and applauds for like a full minute. All You Want to Do has stopped the show, literally. We can't go on from here. We can't just pretend like nothing has happened. Something has seismically shifted, and you can't just take it lightly anymore. The show then makes one of the oddest narrative choices I've seen in my life by going right back to the queen battle and immediately having all of the queens begin slap fighting each other as if nothing has happened, as if nothing has changed about this battle, about the very premise of the entire show. The actual climax of the show comes when Catherine Parr, the only surviving queen, decides to stop the fighting by singing about how she never needed King Henry's love in the first place. And if you're wondering if this works, no, it doesn't. But I think that there's a very easy fix here. Just have All You Want to Do dissolve the show, dissolve the competition, and then have I Don't Need Your Love be the answer to that, the way that we move forward after the show has kind of fallen apart. When I first listened to the soundtrack, kind of assumed that was what the plot was. Okay, obviously the narrative conceit of Six is already just on its surface ridiculous, but you've got to make it believable within its own world. You've got to make itself take itself seriously. And this is just, to me, one of the most baffling writing choices I've ever seen in a Broadway show. And I have seen Jagged Little Pill.